Hey guys, Adam here on the Bearded Prophet, talking to you today about important topics like depression, which is plaguing way too many people in the church and in the world at large. Does Jesus have a plan to heal depression? Absolutely. But could that plan look different for each person? Yes. Some people get healed through prayer, some through deliverance, and some through a process that may involve counseling, healing, and even medication for a season. That's the main thing I want to talk to you about. There's a lot of shame and stigma, perhaps in the church, over taking medication. And I realize we live in an over-medicated society, and I'm not a fan of that at all. But I want to give you a helpful analogy. If someone has a broken leg and you come up and pray for them or they pray for healing and the leg does not instantly restore but remains broken, what might be the next course of action? Is it to call them a sinner and say they don't have enough faith? Is it to look at yourself who maybe prayed for them to get better and say you didn't have enough faith or you're in sin or there's a reason their leg didn't just snap back together? Now, I believe in healing. I believe in miracles. Sometimes it happens in an instant, just like I said. But sometimes there's a process. I tell you what I would do. If someone broke their leg in front of me and I prayed for them and the leg did not instantly heal, I'd pray again 2 or 3 times. And if it did not, at that point, I would take them for medical care. I would probably have them put a cast on the leg and even have the person get crutches so they could walk until their broken leg is healed. My friends, it can be similar with healing from depression and some forms of mental illness. Yes, I'm going to pray, Lord, set them free. Lord, deliver them. Of course, I believe that can happen in an instant, and sometimes it does. But my friends, if it's not happening like that, if you're praying or your friends are praying or you've sought prayer and counsel and it's not just snapping back into place, I believe that one of those casts and even crutches can be taking a low-level antidepressant or low-level medication to combat the mental illness. Especially if you've grown up in this, if you've had a broken leg for most of your life, if it's a family thing even, and you grew up in a household with that, or there's generational streams, this is probably way beyond just yourself. It's not something you just invented or did to yourself through bad decisions. There's whole forces much greater than just the individual at work here. Family system, generational system. And in that environment, if you've prayed and you're still walking around with a broken leg, I would say it could be wise to consider putting on the crutch of a low-level dose of medication for a season. Because what I believe, and even have experienced, is that by walking with those crutches, putting the broken leg in a cast, going to counseling, in the midst of that season, taking the medication, working through my issues in that way, actually allowed me to get free, allowed me to heal, allowed me to get more steady so I could still function and therefore get the healing and the deeper needs met. I'm always about trying to address the core issues.